Hello and welcome back. My name is Crashy, and today we are going to be talking about the Gauntlet Cup, the new Fortnite pop-up competitive ranked mode that has been trialed out for like the 2.5 days that they had it live, with the the finals of it, the semifinals and the finals of it coming up this weekend. And basically I want to give my thoughts. I want to talk about what's good, what's bad. I want to talk about how the test ran and just overall hold a discussion. That's kind of like my thing here. So if you're into this kind of content, let me know in the comment section down below. Leave me a like on the video. It'll definitely help share it around, and let's get into it. So in any case, the Gauntlet Cup is a new pop-up cup, or cup, competitive mode under the events tab, and this one is much more like a traditional ranking system that you would see in a game, with a competitive game with a couple variations. Basically, you are rewarded 1 point per kill, and then you are rewarded for placement thresholds. And I'm not going to get into those specifics. You can go look them up in the game and do that little bit of research yourself. But it's a good cup. It's a good cup, and I guess let's go ahead and just jump straight into why I think this one has not only been the best iteration of an online tournament or an online cup that we've had, but does have some longevity in my eyes as a ranked mode, or something that we would want to keep around in competitive Fortnite. So this cup, it caters to multiple playstyles. You don't have to be a W keyer and slay out and get points, but you can. You don't have to be someone that's super passive and only gets points out of placements, but you could technically, since there's no game limit on at least the first round of how this cup was run, or is running currently, because it's not over. And overall, this cup is a lot more generous to everybody, but that doesn't mean bad players are just running around getting a bunch of points. What it means is that everybody's running around getting a bunch of points. Therefore, the people that are gonna outshine and do well in the other cups anyways are gonna climb up anyways. It doesn't change ever. If anything, this cup is helping people that have varying play styles be more comfortable with their own play styles. Now, for me personally, me and Raisefire, we're kind of like an endgame team, and I mean, obviously we're not playing in skirmish scenarios and scrims or in cups where there's 70 people endgame, but me and him particularly shine in our practice sessions when we're not just taking mindless early fights or mindless mid-game fights. And in other versions of the pop-up cup, where you have to break through some of those point thresholds or those kill thresholds, we fall short of a couple points here and there, and then you have to get through the placement threshold, so you fall short of some points, and ultimately those sessions felt like they were lacking the reward that we were looking for from our hard work. And that's what I really like about this cup. You're ultimately rewarded for more or less everything you do. Now, okay, we've talked about why this cup is great. Obviously, for the cup specifically, as opposed to customs or an actual tournament or scrim snipes, one of the best things, it's the unsung hero of this type of practice, is that you can just queue up. It's great, it's phenomenal, it's underrated. You can literally just, you die off spawn, hey, that sucks, you're gonna lose points in this cup. Also, yeah, which I didn't talk about, if you guys don't know, there's a 2-point bus fare, and we're gonna cycle back around to that because I did forget to bring that up. So if you die off spawn, that sucks, you lose your 2 points, but you just queue back up again. It's there's an anti-tilt and a quality of life in terms of being able to practice with that specifically. So that's great. It's actually phenomenal that you have that ability to just keep playing and keep queuing and put yourself in a better practice environment. So that is what it is. Now, to kind of segue a little bit, the things I don't like, I'm still not a huge fan of pretty much any kind of threshold. I would much rather whatever the player or players, the duo, the team achieves gets rewarded. And in this, there are still placement thresholds. You still have to earn a specific placement, or get into a specific placement to get the points that you're looking for. And it's really not that bad, because like I said, this is a much more generous system where it's rewarding a lot more than the other ones were, overall. But I would rather see a system with higher numbers, which is what this is, but again, a system with higher numbers than this, that has a placement reward for either every place or maybe the top 50 places. I don't know. I or top 25, or you know what I mean? Like, just reward being a top, fourth player of the top 25% of the lobby. So if you get 25th place, you're gonna get like 1 point or something, and then scale that all the way up to 25 points for first place or something like that, and then essentially 1 kill is 1 point. Now what this would do is this would basically make placement super valuable, but in my opinion personally, I think that would be good. You'd get better practice, people would play their life in game, and I think just overall it would be a better experience. So that's my thought. And in terms of the Gauntlet Cup, that's honestly all I have to say about it. Now, again, there is some layering to this one. This one is more like a tournament and not a rank system. Now, the open section of it, which is what I've been mostly talking about it because it's the one that doesn't have a game limit, it's the one that has just been running, it's the one that we're like experiencing currently. This is the one that plays more like a rank system because it's just ongoing. There's no... like, it ends, and in the semifinals and the finals it is actually going to end. I believe there's going to be a 10 game cap, and there's a time window to it. So this is running as if it was like a LAN event, but it started as if it was like a ranked mode, and that's a little weird. I kind of want them to do like this infrastructure for when there is an event, and then the first structure for a ranked mode. So like the first structure where basically every, you just keep playing over and over and over again, there's no game cap or anything like that, that would be perfect for a ranked mode. I would love to see them consistently keep that as a ranked mode. But the kind of like the way that it runs as an event is not great for a ranked mode because eventually it would end. Now, if they want to pop up an event every now and then, additional to having like the normal ranked mode version, which again, if you, I feel like if you've played it, maybe you'll have like an understanding of what I'm talking about. You get like this whole thing, this whole Gauntlet Cup is like it's like an event. It's like a skirmish or like a tournament that you would go to that has structure to it and layers to it. But if you're playing online and you're playing like a ranked mode, you really just want the practice, and you really just want the ability to keep queuing up and earning rank and pursuing further and further. And that's what that first round of this gets. Also, just a weird kind of like side note or side thought about this Gauntlet Cup. I really hate how they title it. It's like the first part of it is just like the Gauntlet Cup. It doesn't say anything about it, doesn't really give a whole lot of information in terms of like how it's structured. Then on the weekend, all of a sudden it's like the finals, and it's what it really is it's called an open. The first one is the open, the next one on the weekend is the semifinal, and then the one that's like in the evening on the weekend is the finals. I really wish they would just go with like a more traditional naming convention for it, because it's really kind of annoying to see like, oh, cup finals, because it sounds like you make it into the finals when really the finals is going to be the last version of it, where you know in the very last version of it. But overall, to kind of summarize, we've talked a lot about it. We've talked about the good, we talked about the bad. I've talked about how I would like to just pretty much abolish thresholds as a whole. I just would rather people be rewarded for everything they do. I think that's just better in general. But this is good. This is good. And I'm going to be really cliche here, but I'm going to say this is a really good step in the right direction, man. I hate saying that. I don't like saying it's a step in the right direction, because I just want them to be in the proper direction, but it is. It's a step in the right direction, and I'm excited to see if we're going to get something like this weekly. Are we going to get a long-running ranked mode, and then they pop up like a tournament or an event every now and then? Where does this go? Because it's clear that it's a test, and that's great. I don't think we got enough time with it, because I just want more of it, and I don't think that the point breakdown is exactly perfect, but it's so good, so epic. Let's fix some other things of the game, like the loot table, which I've talked about in my previous video. Check that out. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with me. Leave a like on that video and this video, because I'm just trying to make it out here, man. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to put out that good content. And I don't know, let me know what your thoughts on the Gauntlet Cup are. So thanks for checking out this video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.